Welcome to Face to Face. Our guest today is Swami Sarvapriyananda. He is an expert scholar, monk of Upanishads and also Ashtavakra Gita. He has very in-depth knowledge. Many of you might have seen him on YouTube at various conferences and talks and seminars. It's a great privilege for me to talk to him today and at Harvard Divinity School, where currently he is a fellow and a Hindu monk. So, Swamiji, I have one question for you. You have been here at the fellow at the Harvard Divinity School. What has been your experience here and what you have been doing here?
Right. So one might ask, what's a monk doing at Harvard University?
Good question.
So, well, it's a very interesting program. Um, Professor Frank Clooney, who is the Parkman Professor for Comparative Theology at the Harvard Divinity School, he came up with this innovative idea um, that they have always had Buddhist monks for many years who come to study here at the Harvard Divinity School, but never Hindu monks. So, how about having Hindu monastics, people who are actually practicing the teachings of the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita and are completely dedicated their life to practice and teaching of these texts? When you study those texts, how about having them in the classroom? So, we are studying the Upanishads academically, but those who actually practice these things and study it not only for academic purpose but also for their own personal spiritual purpose and also teach it, how about having them in the classroom? So that was the idea. And luckily, a couple from Mumbai, Ajit and Vibhu Nagral, they were very generous and they funded the whole program. As a result,
I know them actually.
yes, oh, good.
Sure. Yeah.
So they are very interested. They are in spirituality and philosophy, and they funded the program. And so that's why it's called the Nagral Fellowship. It's a 1-year fellowship, non-degree fellowship for Hindu monastics, and this is the first year that we are doing it. And we have 3 monastics in the program right now. There is Shweta Chaitanyaji she is from the Chinmay Mission, from Chinmay Mission Houston. Akshar, Sadhak Akshar, who is a young scholar from the Swami Narayan tradition from India. And I am there from the Vedanta Society.
And you were based in New York, right?
Yes, I am the monk in charge of the Vedanta Society of New York. It's the first Vedanta Society started by Swami Vivekananda himself in 1894.
Excellent.
So I'm there, but this year I've been shuttling back and forth between New York and Boston to be here at Harvard University.
Yeah. What has been the response of the students here at Divinity
Oh,
School?
wonderful. I'm having a wonderful time, and there are people who are curious about who I am, about Hinduism, and they ask questions. They come to the classes, they come to the lectures and the programs, and I make it a point to go to different classes, go to the lectures by different professors, the book talks, the panels and discussions, and so I'm received in a very friendly way there, and they're always curious. Um, the students, the professors and students here are among the smartest people I've ever worked with. Very intelligent, very well read, very inquisitive, and very open. So it's been a wonderful experience.
Sure. Since you mentioned Professor Clooney, he himself was a Jesuit priest or something, and then
he is a Jesuit priest, and he's a practicing Christian Catholic, and he's a priest of long standing, and he's an expert in Vedanta.
So how that happened?
Yes. So he started.
Actually, I was supposed to interview him.
Yes, but we couldn't make it happen. So as a Catholic priest, he went many years ago, decades ago. He went to Nepal, and he was teaching in a school there. And because most of the students were Hindus, so he started teaching from the Gita, and then he became interested in the Gita. Later on, he became interested in Vedanta, Vishishtadvaita Vedanta, which is the Ramanuja tradition, the Sri Vaishnava tradition, and he has studied it thoroughly for more than 40 years. He's a Sanskrit scholar. He has got very good books on, say, on theology after Shankara, a noted book. In fact, he's the pioneer of the entire field of comparative theology. So he's a major figure, and he's been going to Chennai, for example, for many years, studying Vishishtadvaita Vedanta. He has a deep interest and expertise in the Mimamsa school. So
Now,
yes.
Basist Advent, is it Yog Basist or something
No,
different?
this is the Vishishtadvaita Vedanta.
Okay.
So I should mention that Vedanta, which is based on the Upanishads, there are many schools of Vedanta, depending on the commentary on the Upanishads. So when Shankaracharya commented on the Upanishads, he interpreted them in the light of Advaita Vedanta. So those become the foundation for Advaita Vedanta.
Okay.
But Ramanujacharya, who lived about 200 years after Shankaracharya, in fact, we have recently celebrated 1000 years of Ramanujacharya. So he interpreted the same texts in a devotional way, in the light of what is now known as Vishishtadvaita Vedanta.
Okay.
And there are other schools, Madhvacharya's Dvaita Vedanta, Vallabhacharya's Shuddhadvaita Vedanta, Nimbarkacharya's Dvaitadvaita Vedanta. And here in America, many people are familiar with ISKCON monks.
Yeah,
Hare Krishna. So many people, when they see me, they think I'm an ISKCON monk. But the ISKCON tradition comes from the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, which is also a school of Vedanta, the Achintya Bheda Veda school of Vedanta. So there are many, many schools and traditions of Vedanta.
So now, since I confuse my viewers about the Yog Vasist, you are familiar with the Yog Vasist.
Yes.
So that is, what is that?
That's actually a text of Advaita Vedanta.
Okay.
What might be called, it's a very ancient text. And some of the fundamental doctrines of Advaita Vedanta are embedded in that. So there are so many stories where Vashishta is teaching Ramachandra, and using that story, Advaita Vedanta is taught. I had this interesting encounter with a monk in Gangotri who used to live in a little hut next to my hut. And whole day, from early morning, when it became a little warm, he would come out and he would translate Yoga Vashishta from Sanskrit to English until it became too cold to sit, became a little dark, so he would go inside. Like this for year after year after year. And when the translation would be complete, I heard, he would take all the notebooks and throw it into the Ganga and start again. So it's not that he was translating for publication. It's just to keep his mind on the Yoga Vashishta. Yoga Vashishta is all the central teachings of Advaita Vedanta you will find there.
That's another book which is also one of my favorite books.
Yes, but it's a vast book.
It's a vast book, and it's amazing.
Yes, if you like Ashtavakra, you will like Yoga Vashishta.
Yeah, exactly. And the stories are totally mind-boggling, like little bit concept there. Well, again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.